Okay, welcome back to the channel, guys. Today I'm going to be doing a deck profile, but in person because I just got all my recording stuff. So you're probably going to be seeing a lot more in-person duels as the month goes on. I hope you all had a happy New Year and a Merry Christmas. Stay safe out there, but also have a good time. But besides from that, since I got all my recording stuff, in-person duels are going to be happening a lot more between my semesters in college. And then once college kind of goes back up, things are going to die down a little bit, probably more master duel content. Um, but besides that, in today's video, I would like to do a deck profile and like two combos to show you all, see how it goes, kind of test out the recording a little bit and see how you guys like it. If there's any recommendations on what to do, specific lighting or anything like that, like this is very new to me. I'm just trying my best, but any sort of advice would help a lot. Other than that, let's get into the deck profile first. And then afterwards, we'll get into two combos I'd like to show you. I know my deck list is a little bit different than others, especially with the concurrent format, because Konami TCG is finally giving us consistent ban lists. Original Sinful Spoils and Tenpai got hit greatly, along with the U-Belt being at 1. So with that, things have changed a little bit, especially with board breakers now. They are much different than what they were before. So I would like to show you all my thought process. Also, before we get into the deck profile, I'd like to give a shout out to Kanak Gaming and Silent Blackwing. Over the past 2 years, they've kind of showed me that, well, they introduced me to Blackwings. I got into it when Darkwing Blast came out, and I had no idea how to play the deck. I looked up their guides. They have made Blackwings like one of my favorite decks of all time, specifically with every single different build that you can have. You can have like up to 5 different builds, including the Pure, the Bestial, the Pure Synchro, the what is it? The Caliuga build, of which that was like probably one of the ones that I got into first. Definitely more complicated, but pretty simple if you're starting off after kind of playing Blackwing Pure. And then I played the deck for so long, I kind of understand the ins and outs of it at almost all times. And yeah, now we're here. I want to share all this knowledge with you guys and kind of give you a very different perspective along with my own deck profile and my own version of Blackwings that I truly love. So thank you. But anyways, to get into the deck profile, we have 3 Simoons. Pretty standard. This gives you like the best end board you could possibly ever think of. It's extremely strong, doesn't use your normal summon, and just gives you additional pop-offs. It's actually kind of crazy. And then for our actual normal summon, we have 3 Sudris, best top deck in the game, or for the deck, at least. Sudri just does it all, pretty much. Searches, level 2 tuner token when you need to extend. Other than that, it kind of goes crazy. Searches you pretty much almost any consistent and needed monster in the deck. We have 3 Shamals. Also very standard. I saw that if you follow Comic Gaming, he only did 1 for his last tournament. I think it was the YCS or regional, something like that. And he only did 1 Shamal because he was doing the Caliuga build. Shamal just gets you your Feather Whirlwind. I would never do anything less than 3 Shamals, in my opinion. I think it's just an extender, 1. And with the Raid Raptor stuff, you just keep someone out level 4 bodies. So having this alongside Whirlwind or any other Blackwing that can kind of extend goes crazy. Like Harmattan or Bora and Chris. It just gets you your rank 4s or your synchro 6s with that. And even with just summoning it out, you can have a free extender now for all your bestials because it can just send itself to grave. Now you have a dark in grave and you can kind of pop off. So you do almost a full combo with just those two with like an extra body in your hand, depending on what it is, obviously. But yeah, with that, I think 3 Shamals is almost needed. My favorite card in the deck, Vada. Vada is 1-card combo along with Sudri, just because Sudri gets you Vada, and then Vada itself just makes Blackwing Dragon. Obviously, my boy here, staple of the deck. Making Blackwing Dragon like synchroing from the deck is synchroing kind of. It's considered a special summon, but it does the same exact thing. It's way too good. It is way too good. But those are the 3 ofs of the Blackwings. So going on, we have our 1-ofs. We have a Zonda. Hold on. With Zonda and Kunai, these 2 get you your 1-card combos because you can go into both Kali Yuga and the Rising Rebellion Falcon. I know you've seen other videos on the channel. I made my Rising Rebellion Falcon build, and I can still do the 1-card combo just like Kali Yuga. Nothing has changed that much. So those 2. We got the Zephyros, old school card. Zephyros just makes it like a really, really good extender, and he becomes like almost so critical in many points, especially with his cost of bouncing a card back to hand or sending a card from the field back to the hand. With that, with these 2, say you summon like Y-Strix, bring this guy out, or one of these 2 guys, you can just Zephyros, bounce it back. Now you have a Blackwing on board. Boom. That's full combo. Like, Zephyros is so critical, and he's such a good card for the deck. We have 1 Bora, 1 Chris. I decided to have these 2 in the deck just because they are free extenders, and they give you so many more 2-card combos. So like having these 2 consistently with, say, any of these monsters, the Simoon, the Sudri, the Vada, the Shamal, even Whirlwind, and you can do stuff with Sharnga, even with Zephyros, it just gives you full combo almost every single time. Granted, that's with you out without being disrupted at all. But say even you had full combo, like these 2 just give you extenders to be able to play through almost anything. Like there's been countless times where I played with my friends or just tournaments in person where they disrupt everything. They disrupt everything in here that I don't have anymore. Oh yeah, let me just summon Chris for free and then go full combo because I have another level 4, or I have the Tuner Vada or Shamal or Sharnga, anything. It just makes it so crazy good. It's a free special summon. So yeah, there's those guys, and then on to level 2s, we have Chinook. Chinook helps you play through pretty much anything and is a monster negate. You have I can't count the amount of times that I'll just be like, oh yeah, Chinook negate, and they're like, what does this even do? And I'm like, oh yeah, I have an in-engine Veiler, along with I can do this during damage calc because it's manipulating your attack points. Like it's so crazy. It's so crazy. And then Sharnga, another in-engine pop. Sharnga is a free extender almost every single time. It helps you going second without having to use your normal summon, but still get like your desired results. There's been many times where I'm just like I'm under skill drain and I have Sharnga in hand for free. I just special it. I have like a level 4, say it was like Chris or whatever. Special that. Go into Borea Storm, activate effective Borea Storm, and then I just change Sharnga to pop it. So you can't negate an already negated card. So like Imperm, Ash, anything, Valor does not work because it's already negated. Then you Shanga, you pop the skill drain. They can't do anything about it. Granted, skill drains at one, so you don't see it often, but this helps you play through pretty much any floodgate, just popping the card and destroying it while you have like full armor master out. People just kind of, it's so free, so free. And then for the last one, we have Homerton, which is a good extender, especially when you need Chinook in hand. You can still do Vada effect with Homerton and like Zephyros or whatever. And then level modulating, it comes up a lot when you just need to make like 10s or 6s or 8s, anything really. It just depends on what you have. It's a free extender pretty much any time, as long as you have Shamal and Vada. You know, Shamal send, Vada makes Blackwing Dragon, Shamal banishes to grab you this, or Chinook. So yeah, it's crazy good. But those are the Blackwing monsters. I am running, I think, 20. So Simoon is almost guaranteed to resolve almost every single time. But going on to the Blackwing spells and traps, we have 2 Whirlwinds and 1 Feather Whirlwind. And then I am also testing out another card. It is the Black Shadow Squirrel. I am testing this out just because of the amount of board breakers there are now, especially with like Eclipse, Droplet, Dark Ruler, or Cyclone. Cyclone's been running around a lot because of Ryzeal, because they want to banish the field spell, because a field spell allows them to quick exceed on your turn, making Baguska. And because we need rank ups, this kind of helps negate it and then allow us to keep the rank up. The board ending with this is a little bit different. I kind of feel like this can catch a lot of people off guard with having it. And even when you have it in hand, you have enough 1-card combos or 2-card combos even that it doesn't really matter most of the time. Like sure you can break, but every deck does, so I wouldn't be worried about it too much. It's just a free slot I figured I'd put in. But it also being counter trap, meaning it's spell speed 4, the fastest spell speed in the game, so your opponent cannot respond to this. It's pretty much like a solemn judgment for spell and traps, but you just need a feather counter, of which is free for us between Blackwing Dragon and the Assault Dragon. So yeah, my thought process was this: like negate any board breaker that were to ever hurt you like evenly, because now you're down by so much, and they have like 4 or 5 other cards in hand, where they're probably going to go full combo, and you have no board now. Or even Eclipse, where they flip your stuff down, you can't do anything. Like you may have 2 disruptions between Chinook and Shanga, and that's it, because they eclipse you. This can kind of help prevent that. And yeah, I mean, most people don't know how to play against Blackwing, so they don't really consider feather counters as an issue. Imagine just flipping this over, being like, oh yeah, I'm going to negate the activation, you can't respond, that's it. Like the only thing that can stop this is Judgment, or any other counter trap that's a spell speed 4. Yeah. So this is still debatable on whether or not I want to keep it. It's just for now it's just testing. But I'm liking it. Going on to the Bestials. We have 2 Lebellions, 1 Jerusalem, 1 Magnum Hut, and 1 Baldric, along with 1 Regained. This was something new that I added not too long ago to the deck profile, just because I figured the Bestials could be very good extenders along with board breakers. And in a format where it was mainly only fire, this wasn't coming up too often. But they can also come up as extenders for us, so it doesn't really matter. And then Regain just busted. But now that a lot more Dark is coming out, like especially with the Malice stuff and the Ryzeal, those are like pretty much the top 2 decks. Like I said, Snake Eyes, Tempai, it's pretty much dead. Like Tenpai's like most 3-ofs are at 1 now. Snake Eyes can't bridge as Amina to Snake Eyes full combo, so now they're just at Snake Eyes Fire King with pretty much a lot of shit just at one, and it doesn't matter. Like, I don't know, and it can't compete with Ryzeal. So every meta sheep's going to Ryzeal right now, or Malice. But yeah, these are great extenders for the deck, uh, especially with just like Lubellion, you know, pitch, grab like a Jerusalem to send something going second, or Magnemite to set up going uh, like against your opponent for next turn. I add Baldric instead of Sorner just because Baldric can be a bigger disruption than Sorner can. I find myself having like an extra dark, or yeah, mainly dark because this deck's full of darks. I have like an extra dark just chilling on the field, not doing anything. I can just pitch it and uh, banish the target, and now they're just down a whole monster that they use many materials to get, or sometimes none, or even just critical choke points. Yeah, that's the Bestial Engine. Then we have the 2 rank ups. The Rise rank up Magic Raid Raptor's Force. That is such a mouthful. And then rank up Magic Skip Force. These 2 are needed to go into any of your Raid Raptor stuff. And with this, you can kind of play around Joel since it mentions Raid Raptor. You can just set it with your Ray Strix while Y Strix sets this for you. So you can kind of play under Joel a little bit easier. Going on to non-engine, we have 1 called by, 3 crossouts, 3 Ash, 1 Joel, and then 3 Imperms. I don't have any of the Fuwalos, way too expensive, or Perulia, or Dominus Impulse. Those are like the top 3 most expensive hand traps in the game right now. So I'm just gonna have to make do with what I got. Even still, like Droll is a very, very played card. Like I kept getting Drolled almost every game at locals one day consistently, and I was so tired of it, so I just added Joel. And Joel is going to be my spot when I need to side in Shifter. I can just get rid of this and put in Shifter because you can't have both Joel and Shifter, really. Joel needs to go to grave, and Shifter needs to go to grave first. Afterwards, like, it doesn't matter. And then Ash can stop the Fuwalos or Perulia or anything. The new Maxi. And then Crosshouse to negate anything else, along with Called By negates anything that's a hand trap going to grave. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I very much like the anti-hand traps because I'm so tired of getting like dumped on by Imperm, Joel, Ash, and then the Perulias or the Multi-Army stuff. And then I just have to sit there with Borea Storm and nothing. So yeah, those are the main deck. Onto the extra deck. Let's get my tokens out of the way. We have Borea Storm and Nothung for the level 6s. Nothung, I didn't play Nothung that much, or he didn't come up that much. He's kind of just like, in case something happens, he's there to help. But with the trap, Nothung comes up much more often because you need the extra normal summon if it were like just a Simoon combo. And then Borea Storm just, if you can get Borea Storm out, you can go full combo into the Raid Raptor engine, no matter what. Borea Storm's worth in the deck has like exponentially grown, just dumping any Blackwing monster and level modulating it. There's times where I have Y-Strix out on the field with like the level 4, and I just have Borea Storm. I don't want to go extra steps to get Zonda out. I'm just going to dump Zephyros and then make it level 4. And now I have an extender and level 4 to go full combo. No matter what, regardless of anything else. So yeah, these 2 are still really good. I thought about cutting Nothung, but he's just way too good, especially with time. He just, burns your opponent for a quick 8 and then calls it a day. Additional normal summon and is a good extender for the deck. Yeah. Those are the 6s. For the 8s, we're just playing 2 Blackwing Dragons. I know a lot of people only play 1. For the Raid Raptor version, at least, like the Rising Rebellion Falcon, I prefer playing 2 over anything else just because 1 gets you to the Raid Raptors, and most of the time you're just having 1 card combos for whatever reason. It's so annoying. Most of the time you're just having the 1 card combos, and then the next one is for the following turn to go into all your synchro stuff. Or even if you use both of them, you now have this as an extender to have Shamal shuffle things back, your Dispotter shuffle things back, and your Regain shuffling things back too. So it's just for the grind game. And then onto the 10s, we have a full Armor Master, necessary for the deck, like need it. Dispotter. Dispotter's a goat in the deck. He becomes such a great extender when you're banishing all your stuff, and then just having him out, he's a free disruption, free extender. He's really good, especially with all the bestials. He just comes in clutch. I decided to play Chaos Angel. Chaos Angel just becomes so critical against Ryzeal. You can just banish the detonator and that's it. Or the Duo Drive. I don't know which one it is. I haven't played much Ryzeal. I just know that this goes crazy. Along with it, free banish for any card on the field, doesn't matter if it's face up or not. And then monsters can't be destroyed of a battle because we have all darks. And then if it's with Lubellion, now all my synchros are unaffected by activated effects. And just like it doesn't care, you know. We can play through so much. And then I'm playing the 1 Assault Dragon. I prefer playing 2, especially if I'm playing 2 Blackwing Dragons, but I never saw myself summoning more than 1. And if I ever really need to, I can just banish it with a Bestial and either have Regained or Dispotter shuffle it back to resummon it out again. Like, I think 1 for this deck in particular is good. Any other version, I'd say probably 2. Yeah, that's the synchros. Onto the Exceeds, we have 1 Raiders Knight. He pretty much gets you with any level, 2 level 4s, get you full combo. The Force Strix, good extender, and allows you to rank up into the Rising Rebellion Falcon. Brave Strix, obviously needed. The Arsenal Falcon, needed as well, because you just skip Force into it, and then Brave Strix allows the 1-card combo to happen. And then the big boy himself, Rising Rebellion Falcon, which nukes the field, an extender, and honestly, just fits the deck really well. Especially with the burning, unaffected, he's a winged beast. Yeah. Onto the links, we have 1 White Strix, and then 1 SP Little Knight. And that is the deck.